Guys they got proved to be valuable mentors for the youngsters on that team.
And he gets it to go.
Defensively, they're really scattered right now, giving up so many open looks from the three-point line.
Yeah, they are splashing them. Their last 3 buckets have all come from behind the arc.
Some of the best free throw shooters in the NBA. Let's highlight them. Kelly Olynyk on top.
Well, defensively, you can't send him to the line because there's nobody better from the free throw stripe than him.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Rondo kicks to Bradley. Here's Green. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Green's got 7 points in the game.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Pistons leading by 17. Feeds to Butler. There's Jennings with the 3. And another 3 for Detroit.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Pass to Green. All sorts of time. No good. And it's Detroit the other way. They host the 76ers after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Man, I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that 76ers game. Should be a good one.
The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
Now Detroit moving it up. Butler passes to Gray. Olynyk with the steal. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Nice ball movement by Boston. Rondo drives in. The feed to Green. A 3 ball. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Then you look at the Pistons, some great size and athleticism inside, but they've lacked a high percentage outside shooting to space the floor offensively.
Rondo dishes to Bradley. Boston again missing.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take the jump shot.
And, you know, for the Pistons last season, you look at the size and shot blocking ability, and you thought that team would be tougher defensively. But that wasn't really the case. I think it has to be attributed to mindset. Those young, big, athletic guys have to become much tougher mentally at the defensive end to be really successful.
Here's Meeks. Blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Boston making some changes. Vitor Favarani's checked in for Olynyk. Turner comes in for Green. And it's Thornton in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Pistons, Jerebko comes in for Aaron Gray. And it's Ennis in for Jody Meeks. And that one's good by Butler.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Now a timeout called by Boston. The Pistons ended near the bottom of the East, guys, again, but still certainly a ways to go.
Well, a lot of their struggles, Kevin, came from just their inability to close out games against the rest of the conference.
Singler, he's checked in for Butler. Can they get it? And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Blocked. Bradley with the ball. He has 5. Favarani kicks to Bradley. Wide open. They grab their own miss. Sullinger with the bucket.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Deep 2 from Jennings. Again, the Pistons score.
For the Pistons last year, they finished with a 23-29 record against the East. And for the last number of years, they just haven't quite been able to figure out how to take that next step forward.
And Jared Sullinger, the bucket on the assist by Bradley. 16 points for Jared Sullinger. The Pistons have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Here's Singler. Another 3 for Detroit.
Well, the Pistons made some moves, but they really just seem to be keeping pace with the rest of the East. I think they have to be patient and allow this young talent to blossom, and they'll have a chance to move up.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Ennis passes to Uretko. It's Jennings with the drive. Again, the Pistons score.
You have to love the fact that they created an excellent shot.
Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Bradley dishes to Favarani. And Turner takes to Sullinger. Puts up the baby hook. Detroit with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
Well, they took the season series from this club a year ago, but then again, almost everybody did.
And Singler kicks to Jennings. Another 3 for Detroit.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
The Celtics shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Bradley drives in and stolen by Singler. And oh, here we go. Jennings with nobody back. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Bass comes in for Vitor Favarani, and it's Wallace in for Jared Sullinger. DJ Augustine's checked in for Detroit. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Clark, let's be honest here. I doubt either team is shooting for the playoffs.
Well, Kevin, I'm always honest. That's the only way that I roll. They might say they are, but sometimes you need a reality check. That said, we've seen amazing turnarounds in the past. It could happen with one of these guys.
And the Pistons making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The shot by Turner, no good.
That's a battle they haven't been winning today, guys. Their work on the glass has to improve.
And that's not the only thing that's gone against them.
There's 14 seconds left in the third. Here's Singler. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
Here's Thornton. Here's Bass. Misses there. And as we conclude.
Coming up this Saturday night, December.
And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Rondo.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Just great assists like the one we just saw.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Wallace. Young is out there with Phil Pressey. Then it's Brandon Bass, and it's Zeller in center. Young against Augustine. Right wing. Mitchell kicks to Augustine. Here's Caldwell Pope. And a miss there on the triple. Boston shooting well. They're at 45%. Pressey passes to Banks. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Wow, he sure can make up for that lack of size and height because of his leaping ability.
Augustine dishes to Datome. Here's Caldwell Pope. From outside, off the mark. And here's Boston. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And the dunk by Zeller.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
To the inside, here's Jerebko. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, at this point, early in the season, still so much optimism for the season ahead. We all have our predictions, but there are always going to be some surprises out there, some surprise teams. And that's why we say all the time, that's why they tee it up and play the game.
And the Celtics making a change here. Favarani's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Ennis, he's checked in for Augustine. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Ennis knocks down the 10-footer. And early on, while teams are still gelling, still knocking the rust off, Steve, it creates kind of a parity, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this is often where you'll see some upsets. You know, the talent you have on paper is one thing, but you got to produce on the court. I mean, the team's really just getting put to their first tests.
And that one's good. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points now this quarter.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Poke loose, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Celtics ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 9.
Shot from the inbound, and Young with the basket on the assist by Zeller.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Here's Jerebko. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
There's the bucket. Good.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys. Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Pressey kicks to Young. And that one's good. Favarani.
Well, it started a few years ago, and it looks like it's a trend that is here to stay. Sleeve jerseys, once again, making their presence felt in the NBA. I got to admit, I don't see the appeal for players. I never like to shoot with a sleeved shirt on. It kind of tugs at your arm, but it sells, and that's the big thing for the league.
There's the dish to Zeller. Shot from the wing. Kept alive.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Beyond the arc. And another 3 for Detroit.
And those are not the kind of three-point opportunities you can give to shooters in the NBA. These guys are just too good.
You're exactly right. It'll burn you every time, just like it's burning them here.
Wallace misses. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Pressey kicks to Young. The Celtics working the ball around now. Looking to end the run. Favarani, no good. Detroit's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the 4th quarter so far. Mitchell. And another 3 for Detroit.
I'll tell you what, they are dialed in from three-point land here in the 4th quarter.
You called that one right. Causing some serious harm from long range.
Pressey passes to Young. Pressey dishes to Wallace, and it's blocked. Pass to Pressey from the arc. The rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 3rd rebound tonight, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Brandon Bass is checked in for Boston. Turner comes in for Young, and Detroit with a change here too. Aaron Gray, he's checked in for Mitchell. Wallace with the ball, now guarded by Ennis. And it's Wallace penetrating. That's good.
You look at NBA defenses now, more and more they're designed to deny points in the paint and three-pointers and concede long twos. That's the impact of analytics, because the numbers indicate the long two is the lowest percentage shot to take.
They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
Remains Boston ball. 16 seconds on the shot clock. 16.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And you know, it seems players are starting to avoid those long twos early in the shot clock.
Yeah, and especially the elite scorers, becoming much more conscious about their shot selection. Last season, the top 5 scorers were more efficient than at any time since the ABA-NBA merger almost 4 decades ago. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Pistons.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
Yeah, I thought the subs came in and did an outstanding job, Kevin. Those points off the bench were huge.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so this victory tonight will give them the front end of what I believe will be a knockdown, drag-out season series, folks. They win the first of what will be 3 this year against the Celtics.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Jennings. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Shoots the 3. And another 3 for Detroit.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Pressey kicks to Turner. And that one's good. Pistons shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Here's Ennis. Off target from three-point range. Boston shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Here's Wallace. Rebounded by Urebko. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
The Celtics shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Wallace outside. He dishes it to Favarani. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Boston ball.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And so it's the Pistons taking